Riley, and I'm going to show you step by step how to make chocolate chip cookies. When you're putting flour into something, measuring flour, you want the flour to be light and fluffy. You do not want to pack it. I don't know why, it's just the laws of baking. And to do that, you're going to want to spoon out of the package or pour your flour into a bowl like this and scoop it up with a spoon and place it inside the measuring cup so that it stays airy and doesn't get all packed together. And that's what happens when you pour it into the measuring cup. And I did the same with these 2 cups right here. You want it to be overflowing, so you can take a butter knife or the side of your spoon, whichever one you want, and level it off into a bowl. And you have perfect measurement. Okay. So first it says 2 1/4 cups of all-purpose flour. So I've already measured everything out here, and here's 1 cup, 2 cups, my 4th cup. And later in the recipe, when you go down the line, it calls for 1 cup of chopped nuts. But if you don't like nuts in your chocolate chip cookies, it says add 1 to 2 tablespoons of all-purpose flour. So that's what I have right here. Next, it says to add 1 teaspoon of baking soda. And next, we will have a teaspoon of salt. And you combine all this into a small bowl. And then next, in our large mixing bowl, it says to beat butter, granulated sugar, brown sugar, and vanilla extract until creamy. So that's what we're gonna do. So it says here to use 2 sticks of butter softened, but I found it better just to use one of these baking cups of Crisco. It's easier to use. You just pop it open, if it'll go. Pop it out of the package, put it in the bowl. It's a lot easier and they taste better and they're fluffier than if you would use butter instead. So now I'm going to show you how to pack my brown sugar. It calls for 3/4 cups of packed brown sugar. So basically, I have my sugar right here, and what I do is I scoop it in and I will pack it with my hand. Pack it, you gotta pack it down really hard because brown sugar is kind of tricky to pack. So take my fingers and I push it in as hard as I can, and you want it to be basically as hard as a rock, and that's when you got it packed right, and then you just, it'll fall out. So I'll do 3 more of this, 3 more of these. Now you're gonna take 3/4 cup of normal sugar, and what I do is I just take the measuring cup in there and scoop it and shake it out. So there's 1, 1/4, 2, and 3. Next, you add 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract. You want to be very careful not to add extra because it'll make it really strong. So, ooh, perfection. We're gonna move over to the counter and mix it all up. Instructions say to put in an egg 1 at a time, beating afterwards, and then slowly adding in the flour mixture. You don't want to all at once or it'll go poof. and you won't have much flour in the mixture. So you want to slowly pour, mix a little bit, pour again, and mix a little bit more. Add another egg. This much is how I normally add. I just go little by little so you don't lose any flour in your mixture. The sides will stick really bad, so you can use your rubber scraper to scrape it all down so it's easier to get it all mixed together. Like so. Now we'll add a bag of Nestle Toll House semi-sweet chocolate chips, which is where you get your recipe from. And you'll fold them in with a scraper or a wooden spoon, doesn't matter which. It takes some effort, but you'll get there eventually. Ta-da! If you have a cookie scoop, you can use that, or I'm using 1 tablespoon measuring cup to measure out my cookie dough. You don't want them too big because they spread pretty decently, so I'll fill it up a little past that, and there. Put the cookies in the oven for 9 to 11 minutes. So I'm gonna set the timer to 10. These are the results for your chocolate chip cookies. Merry Christmas. Thanks for watching. Have fun making them.